I'm streaming, Keeks. You said you wanted to watch the game. You go on your phone on YouTube and watch the game. Well, right now you lost, nigga. You still Let's go, Ray. What we doing? Nah, hell no. Yeah, like it's not fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11:24.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Go to bar with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
No, we starting off at our team.
Come down, hotel, lobby.
1. I'm staying.
What now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest. No recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables. Now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys.
I don't get how that was funny.
They don't even gotta say it. No, they thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay.
If we're doing Randy, you can't use your team.
Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound.
I could go again, nigga. That was my first choice. I'll go again.
Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
It's just random, man. You got one more, Ray. You go again. Go again. You can't pick the pictures, nigga. There you go. Let's go, puñeta. You ain't doing shit with that bum ass nigga.
How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft.
I got all white.
I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like. Fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch, like. Every time I touch down, I gotta stunt.
Randy
Moss, yeah, my numbers going
you got some fresh shit in the grenade. Rocket.
You can check the scoreboard, check the stats. Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a
get this nigga even changing shoelaces. Yo, Ray, come on.
You look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong.
Come on, Ray. I don't think shoes matter right now.
I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it
This
back like
nigga's really
Saquon.
changing
Free
this
to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout.
This is out of control. It's like Emilio with the time.
Back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings,
I
I
don't
just wanna
know,
play
no,
off.
you can't
Gotta
put
go
that.
hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
This nigga got no so they need fucking $1 million fucking
To another
attires.
city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never
He
saw you
dresses
in the
like a
field, though?
superstar.
Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss? Let me find out.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as
Let's
we are in the
go.
inner
I'm
harbor
taking
of
this nigga
Baltimore
out.
at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd.
Yeah, they
and through a sea of pyrotechnics,
Yeah.
out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get
He
ready
had
to
the
match
headband and
up
everything.
with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
He come in with the warm-up and all.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
For real, man. I ain't kidding.
Jackson on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram.
You know, the little
It's a
black
loss
strip
of
on the
4 on
eye
that first
there.
play, and it's second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a second and long. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
I'm playing the same
But we just
game.
saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yeah, we don't got Gardner that we're talking about.
Here's Jackson on third and long, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Jackson flush to his right. He uncorks it for Snead. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position.
Wait, that, wait, 5:36. QB's trapped. Shadow.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe it'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Oh, my God, right on him.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
You're at the opening kick.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Brady now on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Matt LaCosse. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Brady gives to Michel.
What is this nigga standing there for, bro?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. They'll run it here. This is James White. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. 24 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the counter, Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle it and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
To throw again on second down. Jackson steps away to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you.
Oh,
Keep
my
throwing.
God,
That
no.
timing usually develops.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 59 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go. Talking all that shit, boys.
And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. He goes 91 yards on the kick return as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
But it just happened, nigga. A million times was right now.
Folk connects on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson buying time to his and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy able to get him for a loss of about 3.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop.
Oh, my God.
Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run.
Man,
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Kyle Van Noy picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm, really. And he will score! Touchdown, Baltimore! Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He was looking for Edelman there. Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last two, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge win in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
He's your dead man walking, bro.
You got nothing.
Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson now throwing on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left.
Oh, my God.
He's going to go, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Jack and reload. 36.
Brady now on first down. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Flushed out right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Philip Dorsett, 44 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, and Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It's John Simon with a sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, but a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They toss to Ingram, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it, eluding the pressure right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short, only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Buying time to his Jackson.
Yes. Oh my God. Fucking live.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
3rd down and 7.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Jackson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun.
Oh.
And that'll be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw.
Oh, that was on me, baby.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. Brady now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
No.
Now Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Brady. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now Jackson to throw on third down. This one complete to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
2 yards, not okay.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown.
No way. Oh,
and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe.
And he votes it off his line.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, what a catch by Edelman. A gain there of 21 yards. Brady, 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's Brady to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A former 1st-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Down 2, Negado. I got a chance. I hope, guys. I am. I'll catch that nigga tomorrow for sure.